And I'm more than ready. Wake up in the morning, get my daughter ready. She wake up in the morning, get her father ready. Roll a L, then I'm gone when the coffee ready. Niggas hoping I don't win cause they lost already. On the Facebook, try and get a couple views. Too many people doing shit cause they ain't shit to do. I see niggas getting jealous, they don't have a purpose. Go to work and go home, life is very worthless. With a wife that be listening to all my verses. Hit it twice, then I told that girl it wasn't working. Everybody wanna speak about a rap nigga. They glorify all the whack and the trap niggas. We gon' see what's I blow up and I'm that nigga. Just know there's no trips if you ain't packed with us. Just know there's no comp, you can't rap with us. This shit be getting on my nerves now. That's why I be smoking, cause a nigga always burnt out. Spend my life up in these trees, it's like a birdhouse. And they ask me what's the word now. Dead it, you can't go where I'm headed, nigga, it's different. Life going fast, you'll blink and you'll probably miss it. This shit is changing my people that's trying to tell me they isn't. Even bitches acting different, I don't show them love. I do them cold like playing in snow without gloves. Model bitches get that work when they out of clubs. Nurses getting TLC and left without scrubs. Nurses getting TLC and left without scrubs. I ain't fucking with that ready cause I bitch a dog. Too legit. I know. I'm accomplishing the goals I've been writing down. The manifesting is happening overnight now. I got my whole team catching flights now. Shit, I got my nigga Cap living life now. Dream chasing, we ain't worried about no wives now. Shawty left, but I know she feel it right now. We too blessed for the arguing and fights now. I swear we living every word a nigga write down. Trust me, at the beginning they was doubting niggas. Once they seen us moving up, they started crowding niggas. Feel like God put me here to give clout to niggas. Passive thinking, man, I really wanna out these niggas. But this is celebration for the ones hating. Should've proved them wrong sooner, they was very patient. Should've locked the back door, that's why I made my way in. And now I'm hitting everything from the cautious savings. Can't wait to call my mom, say we finally made it. Her reply gon' be, I told you, couldn't wait to say it. Cap can almost quit his job, dog, this shit amazing. Niggas really live their lives off the shit I'm saying. Said a prayer since we all here. Know we needed 2020, been a long year. People love bugging out because they in the house. But the good part about it is they see the mirror. Get in touch with yourself before you locked in the world of being somebody else. Nigga, what you chasing? Ask me, undenied greatness. I ain't trying to be nobody favorite. I ain't trying to be up on the A-list. A number one on your favorite playlist. Need my flowers and congratulations. Coming from a small city, they ain't think we make it. Nah, they wasn't giving me the chance, so I had to take it. Had to take it like Kobe when he go for 40. Cap working like Phil when he was coaching Jordan. Dog, I get that same feel, I be just recording. Man, I get that same feel, it be just. I get that same feel, it be just recording. Cap working like Phil, it be just recording. Cap working like Phil when he was coaching Jordan. Cap working like Phil.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Cypher, episode number 50. Who would have thought episode 50 would be the one where Sheridan would get kicked off and be replaced by MBK Richy, you know?
Right. It was necessary. Had to get rid of homie, you feel me?
You know, yeah, exactly. But we appreciate everybody rocking with us over the last 50 weeks, despite the fact that we had Sheridan on, you know, constantly with the hot takes and shit. No, actually, Sheridan will be with us momentarily. He was running a little bit late this morning. We had to get things going, but he will be with us. But we are joined by MBK Richy and Anthony Kannon. Richy, how you doing?
Chilling, man. You know, happy to be back. I think last episode was 25.
Facts. You're one of our like semi-regular guests. You, Jake, have definitely made some of the most appearances, I think, on the Cypher. I think you hold the top spot now. So
absolutely, it's always good conversation. And son got a project coming out, so we got to get him on the show. You feel me?
We have to talk about it.
It's my outlet, man. I had to hit the guys.
That's a fact. It's a fact. We're definitely going to talk about Divine and discuss the entire creative process with that. Before we get into all that, Ant, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. This past weekend was really dope. Got to shoot a video out in Utica with my man Nazi. It was dope to chop it up and meet a bunch of like-minded creatives, I should say. It's been a stressful week on top of that, but that was nice to say at least. I'm happy that we're here chopping it up right now.
That's a fact. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be chatting with Richy. I've been pretty stressed as well, just with like school shit. Yesterday, I actually got my wisdom teeth pulled, so wasn't even sure if I'd be able to make the show today. Fortunately, healed up relatively quick. I still feel it a little bit, but yesterday was a rough day. But we're doing all right. See, Sheridan, I got my wisdom teeth pulled and can still make it on time, bro. You're over there sleeping in. This is ridiculous, but
dedication.
He'll be with us. He'll be with us. We're gonna preview a couple of tracks off of Divine. Like I said, we're gonna talk about the project. We're gonna do all that here in a little bit, but we do have some topics to hit, some stuff to discuss, and as always, we're gonna talk about some of the new local music and some of the mainstream music that has come out recently. But locally, we got New Money from Chirp and O3 Costa, Green Light from Sack Chaser Poon and Sack Chasing D, High as a Bitch from Young Flyboy, Jay Wood, Zewski 2X, Rendezvous from Lil Savvy King. We got a new track from featuring Saint Kid from an artist named Oslaw titled My Heart. This isn't my favorite Saint Kid track, but it is him definitely in a different lane, so give that a listen if you want. We got Tusi dropping Back Together. Keegan just dropped a new track titled Sick. Ace Supreme dropped a track titled Whoa. So you guys get a chance to check any of those out, and I heard you comment on a couple of them.
Yeah, there was a couple dope tracks that dropped. That Chirp and O3, that Lil Savvy track, and I haven't got a chance to check out that Saint Kid collab, but I look forward to doing it.
It's different. It's more like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's definitely different than what he's been doing right now. Definitely not for me as much, but it's cool to see him working with different artists that I never really heard of, because that puts me onto someone else and shows he's working with people that will get more eyes on him. So it's a smart way to go about it.
Exactly.
So there's also a Lil TJ album that dropped this week. Did you get a chance to check any of that out, Richie? I know Ant did not.
Nah, not yet, man. I've been moving and shit. I just had to move this week, so I've been running all around, popping my head up just to promote the album. Not even doing that like I should, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely circle back and hear a couple of them.
It's all right. There's
moving can be crazy hectic, bro. So promoting the album on top of that, combined with the videos you shooting and planning everything, that's gotta be a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Shit nutty.
I did get a chance to check out some of it. It's not my favorite, even favorite stuff from Lil TJ. There's some alright music in there for sure. But in terms of what I like checking out, and I heard there wasn't a lot of positive feedback for this one, the Lil TJ album. It's interesting because, and the reason I guess I wanted to talk about it primarily is he's someone who also dropped around this time last year. It feels kind of weird, like him and Rod Wave feeling like they almost have to drop a year later. Do you guys think that artists get into that routine early on in their careers where they're like, I have to drop something early?
Yeah.
Or yearly, I should say.
I can't say yearly on the same day or month type shit, but I feel like if you let more than 12 months pass between your last serious project and you're still on an upwards trend, some of these cats aren't built to last over the long run. You feel me? They gotta pump out as much music, as much quality music as they can in a short time frame. I don't think Rod Wave is necessarily in that lane, but Lil TJ very well could be. I heard Rod Waves went like 125, 150,000 first week.
Every track I think charted on the Billboard. Like, it's very interesting to me seeing how, and I guess we could look at the two perspectives of the two careers over the last year, because I remember when we first started the Cypher, we were talking about, we spent a week where we talked about a Rod Wave album and a week where we talked about Lil TJ's album, and now a year later we're essentially on that same time frame where they're both dropping, but Rod Wave has just kind of taken off. Meanwhile, Lil TJ has stayed in the same lane, so it's very interesting to see that.
Yeah, right. Rod Wave just jumped up a whole different echelon. You feel me? The numbers that he just did are damn near superstar numbers. You feel me?
And that blows my mind because I didn't know he was on that type of trajectory. Like, to me,
he might not have been. I don't know if he was or not, but I don't know who was anticipating him to do these type of numbers. You feel me? Because that's ridiculous.
It almost seems like fake to me. It's so unreal. And who knows? Maybe it is, but it seems.
I believe unreal. It's real. I believe it's real. It's just nobody necessarily expected that. Rod Wave makes phenomenal music, and for a while he was everywhere. He took the game by storm. I just haven't heard his name as frequently as I did when he first came out the gate. So to see him shatter his numbers like that was crazy to me.
Did you hear that apparently Rod Wave was supposed to be featured on that
Lemon Pepper?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And it was supposed to be Rod Wave instead of Ross, and Rod Wave took his verse off.
Oh, really?
Rod Wave took his own verse off, bro. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't hear none of that. That's wild.
I can't imagine.
Would you ever do that? Like, and obviously, like, he had to have just
Would
been.
you ever do that? Well, he wasn't happy with it, and I don't know when this was, when he necessarily recorded it, but if he knew he had an album that was about to shatter everything compared to what he'd done in his past, and if you're going to be next to Drake for the first time on a song, you got to come with it. Some people would just take that opportunity and throw a trash verse on it just for the clout. I think it's actually a pretty smart move to not let some bullshit rock on a track that you know is going to chart top 5, you feel me? Top 10.
Yeah, it could be long game. Like, maybe he shows up on Drake's album or something instead. Like, you never know where Rod Wave could, like, because being featured on a Drake track, is big. Like, even though his trajectory is blowing up, like, that could have taken it then to another level even. So
absolutely, but now that bridge is connected, and now they have the ability to make a collab at any point that they want. You feel me? One that might make even way more sense than Lemon Pepper.
Thanks. Would you do that, Richie? Would you pull yourself off a Drake track?
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Rod Wave situation, because like I was saying, that his hand probably still extended for that feature. You know what I'm saying? So he probably can go back to it and shit. He ain't doing bad. His whole shit charted. So damn.
He ain't doing bad. And imagine what the song would. I feel like, I don't know this for sure, but it's called Lemon Pepper Freestyle because Ross and Wingstop. So imagine what it would have been called. Regardless of that, you feel me? It seemed like it fit with Ross, so it would have had a whole different track.
Yeah, that's for sure. I couldn't even after hearing it with Ross, I couldn't even picture Rod Wave on it. I'm interested to hear that.
Yeah. But I've heard Rod Wave spit bars. To kind of take a seat back from that belting and singing that he does sometimes or most of the time, and just slow down and come for next. You feel me? And that was actually one of my favorite tracks I ever heard from him. I think it was an intro to one of his past projects, and it took me by surprise. So I feel like if he were to get on this, I don't know what type of style he would have gone, because Drake snapped.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You snapped too. You had a nice little fire Lemon Pepper freestyle.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. You know, I threw something out there. That beat just called me. I had to. I knew everybody was gonna do that shit, but like,
I'm surprised more people haven't at this point. Maybe I'm just not looking, but I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of those freestyles. So I was like, that's perfect for you to do that right now.
Yeah, I seen a couple, but you know what I'm saying, it was like actual videos of people spitting and shit.
Facts. But yeah, I liked your freestyle as well. Yeah, I had to. That's why I'm stuttering a little bit. I had to get Sheridan's picture updated until we get him on. We got a Sheridan in place until he shows up. But
that's so fun.
We got a serious topic to discuss right now. One that I find like it's crazy right now. This is something that came out of nowhere. DMX is in critical condition. He suffered a heart attack on Friday night following an apparent overdose. He's now currently on life support. Richie, are you a big DMX fan? Do you follow a lot of DMX?
Yeah, huge. He's definitely one of my favorites of all time. So this news was super unfortunate. You know what I'm saying, so it's crazy.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I was real disappointed to hear about it. Like I said, came out of nowhere, especially with we think about a year ago where DMX was at really like seeming to be in a much better position for himself, doing the verses with Snoop Dogg. Things seemed to be going all right. It was like a positive situation. I think that he was potentially dropping new music soon, and then this happened. So it was definitely something that caught me off guard and sucks, man. It really does suck. Hopefully he could pull through, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the situation. His family and friends have held a candlelight vigil outside. They're running some type of test this week, so there could be positive stuff coming out of it, but it doesn't seem likely. Everything I've heard seems to be primarily negative. And then the way the world works, of course, he ends up with COVID-19 throughout all of this as well.
Damn, I didn't even see he has COVID right now. On top
like
of that.
they reported that yesterday, and it's a very interesting thing. People will take that one way or the other of course, like they're trying to pin COVID on everything, but then just like of all the shit you could be dealing with on top of that, so it's tough.
Yeah, it's a tragic situation, man. X's meteoric rise and his fall were both things that it's very hard, and it's an example for a lot of rappers. Like, he had everything in the world. He was very unfortunately tricked into doing crack at like 14 years old. He talked about it in an interview one time, and really hasn't been able to stop smoking crack since. He's a grown ass man that has real issues. He's always talked about his mental health, how it was never in the place he wanted it to be, and I just hope that he can get back to a place where he can get some sort of health. He can live some sort of life. It seems like he's in a vegetative state and brain dead, which nobody should be forced to go through something like that. Drugs have attacked the hip hop community for decades. You feel me? And it's always tragic when you see a rapper fall to something like that. Especially X had just got out of prison. He seemed to be in a much better mental health, much better mindset. He's about to drop his first album in years. It's horrible.
And that's like a reminder of just like the seriousness, I guess, of addiction, because things did seem to be looking up for him, seem to be on a better path. But despite all that, like when you're dealing with something like that, it's hard to get past it to where you're not dealing with it anymore. So falling back into that, like it's not that big of a surprise. Like it's super unfortunate, but it's like that's kind of what happens, especially when you've been dealing with that since you were 14. It's such a difficult thing. So hoping for the best in that situation. Did you see that Claudia Jordan? I honestly don't even know who that is, but someone had tweeted out about how rest in peace or rest in paradise, DMX, and obviously he hasn't even passed yet, so they got a ton of flack on social media for that over the weekend.
No, I didn't actually see that. I did see a lot of RIP DMX posts, though. I saw a lot of conflicting information. I saw that he was breathing on his own. I saw that he was no longer brain dead. Then I see that he's in a vegetative state again and has COVID-19 apparently. Like, I know that it's not necessarily looking good right now.
And what a shitty way to go out too. You know what I mean? Like this, if it does take like days to go on, the media is constantly speculating. Like there's all this stuff going on about it. It would definitely be something difficult. Look, the clown is in the house. He has arrived.
I'm here. Yeah.
DMX is a living legend. Big facts.
That's a fact.
No, crazier things have happened.
Yeah. So that's a fact. So hopefully we can get some positive out of that for sure. Let's push it to a less negative topic. Kanye West has sold his documentary for $30 million. This is apparently 21 years in the making. I'm curious what your guys' level of interest in this. Like, are you going to be tuned in? This 21 years of a documentary on Kanye, there could be so fucking much.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
crazy.
There's no question that I'm going to watch this.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it was genius. I wonder if he decided 21 years ago that they were going to start taking footage for a documentary, and I wonder why he stopped after 21 years and decided to actually make it. Like, I wonder what part of a chapter or legacy he thinks is closed that now it's time to make this documentary.
Yeah,
I'll absolutely be watching it. I'm sure you guys will as well.
What do you think, Richie? What do you think of this documentary?
Yeah, nah, like you're saying, it's genius. It's crazy. It's gonna be wild for 20 years, and Kanye's whole life is gonna be crazy. I'm definitely tuned in, and Netflix is gonna fucking blow up. Like,
I feel like
go down when that shit drop. It's gonna be crazy.
I feel like part of the reason that he is doing it now is I think he feels like he has hit a point where he's at like a victory lap. And it's now the point where he knows, or at least in his head, he knows he's going to continue to succeed and make more money and blase. But really, like, he's at the point where, like, he feels he's like, this is the point where I need to tell everybody that I just went crazy, and like whatever he does from now on, I think, like, in terms of like his music height, he's hit that in terms of like influence and popularity. He could make other great albums, but I think this documentary will probably be mostly surrounding like his music journey, as well as like other stuff as well. But like how it ties into his music journey, I think where Kanye is going to go for the rest of his life, while he'll still make music, is really going to be within like business ventures, and those are the big wins he's going to make, and that's not as exciting for a movie.
Yeah, I think Kanye's super like conceited too, so he wants to be around while people are celebrating him. He probably knows a lot of documentaries come out like this after someone passes, and
Yeah.
if they're gonna celebrate me, fucking do it while I'm alive, type of thing.
I think that's one way to put it. I agree with both of you. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think that I think Kanye needs to remind people of exactly what he did in the early stage of his career and what he went through, how much of a dynamic shift he actually brought to hip hop in general. I think people get so caught up, and there's actually even kids. He has a nice youth fan base, you feel me? But there are 14, 15, 16-year-old kids that didn't get to watch his come up. They weren't looking at BET when Jesus Walks was the new joint of the day. You feel me? Like they didn't get to see the meteoric rise. And that's, once they get reminded of that, I think that a lot of the negative connotations that come along with Kanye's name will kind of simmer down a little bit.
Yeah,
it's going to be similar to like The Last Dance when The Last Dance came out and people were like, oh my God, like this is how crazy MJ is. Like this is a GOAT.
That might even be what inspired it. You know what I mean? Like, like the release of it. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say if it's 21 years old, then
he's been playing this for a long time.
Exactly, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be phenomenal, and I hope more artists have stuff like this in the works. You feel me? Because there's a lot of people that I would love to see firsthand footage that'll never be replicated, stories that aren't just word of mouth. I want to see these shit. Like
this happens a lot of time in music, like with pop stars. Justin Bieber had a movie. Like there are lots of people who it happens with. I just don't often see it with hip hop artists when it happens when they're alive. It always happens after they're dead with hip hop artists.
Yeah, big facts. I mean, like, there's so many rappers' lives that could be turned into docu-series or even like little biopics, like the Wu-Tang series. And I think people are really starting to notice how crazy that game can really be.
They could do like 8 seasons of docu-series just off of Kanye if they have like 20 years of footage. Like they could do so much with it. So I hope it's not just like a 2-hour documentary. I hope it's at least a docu-series of like 5-6 episodes at least. Because there's so much you could tell in there. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope it doesn't take too long to come out. That's going to be exciting when it does.
Kanye just sold the rights to a documentary for more than most rappers and producers in the industry will ever be worth. How fucking nuts is that?
That's insane.
And that was just like
and it doesn't even seem like for Netflix, it's almost like that's not a bad deal. Like a lot of people are going to tune into that shit. So like that's gonna draw a lot of people in because you're right, like that the fan base for Kanye spans multiple generations. Like it goes before me, and my younger brother is like a huge Kanye fan, so it's like that's 3 generations at least of probably people who could be fans of Kanye West. So it's very interesting.
Well, it's crazy how like that's a lot of money, but like compared to like what he just had his net worth reassessed at.
That was a false report.
Was it?
Really?
The like the $6 billion. That was a false report.
Okay, so I was reading on like reputable sources and shit.
TMZ reported it, and every media outlet reblogged it because TMZ is a reputable source. That was a false report. And granted, his net worth is still fucking insane. It's still like 2 or 3 billion, but it was less than half of what they assessed it at.
He would tell you it's 20 billion.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
he would tell you they don't know how to assess his net worth.
Forbes came out and was like, Kanye is not worth this, and if he was, we would report it.
See, we always got fact checker Ant on the show, especially when Sheridan's showing up late, bringing in fake news. Come on, bro. Come on.
It's still an astronomical fucking.
No, yeah, it is, especially comparative to the 30 million. But it's always nice to add another 30 million to the bank account. Someone who probably added a good chunk of change to their bank account this weekend, released his NFT. The primary, like he released it in a couple of different ways, but the primary one that was just a track, one of one sold for $450,000. So for one track, the Weeknd releases and gets $450,000 bid on it. Pretty interesting. Apparently, Tekashi's about to jump into the NFT game. So, like I said, NFTs are definitely becoming more interesting. But with the Weeknd's release as well, like I'm seeing something different in it where it's definitely not as big as it was a month ago. So I still think there's a lot of room for artists to get involved in it, but it's something that you're going to have to keep an eye on. You can't just jump in and think it's going to change your life, especially when major artists like The Weeknd are dropping stuff. But it's interesting enough to see like 450,000 for one track, and then he had a bunch of other releases where he probably pulled in another 500,000. So he probably made $1 million in a weekend just off of one song. The other stuff he released was just him harmonizing essentially over some like lunar type sounds. Interesting stuff, I guess. What do you think of the NFTs, Richie? We spent a long time on this last weekend, so I'm curious to hear what you think.
Yeah, no, I was fairly new to this. I seen it. It was like last week. I just got put onto it, and I was checking it out. But now that's crazy. It's creative, I guess, in a way. Good, another way to get stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Make some money. I seen even Loaded Lux had one for his gray hoodie.
Yeah.
It's definitely dope, and I guarantee more artists gonna start doing that.
And that's kind of the thing.
If they don't, bro, if this is something that could change lives and is changing lives every day.
I think there's a lot of ways local artists could get creative with this. Like, I don't think it's just something that mainstream artists can do, and like I think maybe local artists have to do it in different ways than mainstream artists are doing.
Absolutely.
But especially like if you're in a place where you got people who would invest in you, doing things like masters and other shit like that, as NFTs, like that could be huge.
So, Drew brought this up the last episode, and I thought it was a great idea because I think that artists with somewhat of an established fan base could absolutely use NFTs for their actual fan base. People that consistently buy merch or CDs or listen to their music. Drew brought up the idea, though, of promoting yourself through these different medias, Clubhouse, Twitter, IG, whatever you can get into, because people buy NFTs sometimes off potential. If they think that it will be worth a lot more money than they initially invested one day, then you could convince random people that you've never met or have never heard you before to even buy this shit. You feel me? Right. NFTs will be absolutely game changing if they're not already. Blick said that he thinks that they're peaking right now, but they've been out for like 2 months, bro. Remember when Bitcoin
They've been out for a while, but
they've been out for so long, but I'm talking about people capitalizing off of them in the mainstream light and in the entertainment industry specifically. You feel me?
It's just right now becoming highly oversaturated, but it's going to correct itself the same way any collectible does. Like, because I do agree that it's hitting a peak, but I don't think it's the peak in terms of what it can do. I just think a lot of people are jumping into it because they're just finding out about it right now, but it's going to continue to be a concept that grows because, like, okay, we think about what Richie brought up about Loaded Lux, like attaching it, I think, to some type of sweatshirt. Think about a brand like Supreme starting to do NFTs because that's the only way that you can confirm it's not, or like the simplest way to confirm it's not a bootleg. Even artists like Griselda and stuff who have a lot of stuff that resells and then people bootleg it and try and resell it on eBay even though it's the same design on different type of clothes. Then if you connect it to the blockchain, if it's connected to an NFT, you can, one, sell it for more, and two, it's a proof right there for whoever buys it, like, hey, this is authentic. I don't even got to look at the stitching. I don't got to look at the tags. Like, I just already know. So I think brands will start attaching themselves to NFTs. I think that artists and independent artists make a ton of sense to potentially just get people invested in your career early on who might not have been and might not, because that shows you have a business sense to you as well. It shows that you're just thinking of something else. It's absolutely risky to buy them. It's not very risky to get involved and sell them, I would say, especially if you take the time to really promote them. There's one website I think you can get on where you start uploading your shit for like $100. Connect it to a piece of artwork, and boom, you have uploaded for $100. So
the dude,
I think it's already inevitable that these NFTs are going to be like a mainstay. I don't really think. I think it's gotten to the point where enough people who have bought them, where maybe they'll like lose value, but I don't think they'll seriously lose value or anything like that. Like I think really it's similar to like a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or things like that.
Well,
I think that there's only going to rise.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. I think it's really only going to rise. You think, and again, I made this comparison last week. It's like baseball cards or like rookie cards for basketball, whatever sport. Like, is when, like, for artists like us, we put out these NFTs and people actually believe in us, and they're people who have money. They're gonna put thousands of dollars into buying your NFTs, because then 20 years from now they could see you being famous, and that's gonna be worth more than any of the NFTs you make your whole career, probably. The first ones you make, if you actually believe in yourself and get to that point.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Mark said that he thinks it's peaking in everything but music, and I would agree with that for sure, because a lot of artists now that are finding out about this are starting to release stuff, and it used to be where you could get like 5 or 10 at a time. The Weeknd did like an open edition where anyone could buy them, so there was like thousands sold, and that increases the amount of money you're gonna make off of that for sure, but it creates a bit of a situation for the depth of value, because there's just so much. Like I said, it's getting oversaturated. Josh said that it's been out for over a year and a half. Yeah, it's been out for like 3 years. One of the first NFTs is called CryptoPunks, and they were given away for free, and now people can resell them for like $15,000-$40,000 between that value. So it's a ridiculous amount of money the way NFTs have gone up, and you just have to see the vision in something that has a little bit of longevity to it. You know what I mean? This isn't something that you could think about is going to make you prosperous in 6 months, but it could, but it's more of a long-term thing, and some shit you could get done. So I don't know. I think NFTs have a lot of valuable space for artists if you think outside the box too. It doesn't just have to be related to music and getting your music. It can definitely be like a subscription type thing, where someone buys that NFT and then they get early access to every project you release or something like that. Like we mentioned, it could be connected to merchandise and stuff like that to prove authenticity there. So I think NFTs have a lot of room to grow, especially if you utilize different stuff outside the box.
No, you're absolutely right, Joe.
That was the first tweet ever, Josh. That's a valuable piece of digital information. You know what I mean?
A valuable piece of at the end of the day, these NFTs are only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. So as a seller, there's very minimal risk in creating one. If you can get some very dope digital art made with a nice idea behind it, packaged with some music, you put $100-$200 behind it and you put it out. If somebody doesn't buy it, what is that, $100-$200 L? Like, come on.
It's because, and that tweet, yeah, it is publicly available, but to say you own the first tweet, if Twitter continues on its trajectory, you're investing in the fact that Twitter is going to blow up, and then that becomes more valuable to the next guy who wants to collect that one-of-one tweet. So it's something you have to see a little bit more than just the surface value of, but I do understand how it's like, on the surface, it just looks stupid. It's like, you're crazy for doing that. Very interesting. Yeah, we talked about the Kings of Leon album last week. It's different, but it's something that could really change the game, and it depends on what your thoughts are as a collector. Because same with baseball cards and shit.
They did something cool. They did something cool, yeah. Like Anthony just commented, if you bought, like, there were 3, they sold 3.
One of the packages.
Yeah. Well, yeah, one of the packages where if you bought one of their NFTs, you got free tickets to front row seats to their concerts for life. I don't know. I don't even know how like expensive that would be. Like I can't even like begin to like put like a number on that as like an artist. Even if I put myself in their perspective, they're a pretty popular band, but like still, I don't know. I don't even know what they would price that.
Sure,
that would have to be like what, like $10,000 or more, right?
Not the Kings of Leon joint.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was $450,000.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yep.
That makes more sense.
If I remember correctly. But they could have done the same thing with cheaper, but it's only worth what somebody pays for it. You feel me? The
thing is, there will always be naysayers and stuff, but it
takes one person.
It's easy to look at it from the perspective of people thought the exact same way with Bitcoin and crypto in general 3-4 years ago. So you can, and who knows, maybe in 3 or 4 years it blows up and isn't worth anything. But for right now, there is definitely a lane to be path. There's a path you can carve for yourself in that lane. You just have to work towards it. Last topic we got on the docket before we start talking about Divine. I'm glad Sheridan is here for this one because he is our resident Twitter follower. He might have some more information on this one than anyone else. But you guys hear about Lil Uzi Vert and how he's a toxic boyfriend. This is your man, Sheridan. He's trash, though, so I'm going to need you to defend him and his actions this week.
We're about to talk about how Lil Uzi is a toxic boyfriend.
He went on live.
You dead ass right now?
I'm dead ass, bro.
Yo, he was saying some crazy shit.
He was going off on, what's her name? Young Miami? Is that her name? Of the City Girls.
Yeah.
JT's homegirl, you know? Going off on her.
Yeah.
So the conversation we could have without discussing Lil Uzi Vert is, do men have to be friendly with their girlfriend, or do they have to be friendly with their girlfriend's friends? Do you guys have to coexist with your girlfriend's friends?
No.
I'm curious to hear what y'all think about this.
No. No, it helps.
And you homies with all your girlfriend's friends every time.
Every time. What?
No conflict.
Yo, son, if you about to build, and granted, I'm not about to spend time on this too much time on this subject. You feel me? But if you really are building something with somebody, you have to learn to love and respect to a certain extent the people that they're around, vice versa as well. So if you hate them, you gotta learn how to at least coexist with them. You feel me?
I'm glad Mark saw the video. He said, "Listen, Carisha." He saw the video. He knows what I'm talking about. If you guys saw the videos, it would be much more humorous.
But I thought Lil Uzi sounded like the Third City Girl. Honestly, like I didn't. It was weird for me to like even think of it in like a toxic boyfriend manner, even though it is, just because he sounded like he was talking like a city girl would talk. So I don't know.
The way he kept telling JT to shut up and shit like that was very interesting to me. Like to do that type of shit on Instagram Live to me is just very compelling to see from a superstar at his level. Like I'm like that. It's a totally different perspective of what you expect.
He said, "Shut up! If I tell you to kiss me right now, you would kiss me."
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Dave Chappelle said in one of his recent stand-ups that when you have fucking Drake money or Jay-Z money, that's shut the fuck up money. You feel me? Like,
well, yeah, he literally threw money at her at the end of the video, so I'm sure that's what it was. Like, it's just.
I'm sure all these people are telling they're not telling each other, please be quiet. Like, you don't get $20 million and tell somebody like, yo, can you please be quiet? Like, no, fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up. Like.
The friend's boyfriend, they said was they said he had pressed Uzi sent a video or something like that.
That's a fact, he did, and Uzi ain't said shit to that.
I'm scared. I watched that video, and if somebody makes that video about me, bro, I'll probably shut up too. Like that shit was scary.
He's like, don't talk about my bitch, you mind your bitch, and that's it. And I was like, damn, he's real aggressive, but.
He's like, you remember when I
universal code.
Getting robbed in the studio that one time? I was like,
yep.
I somehow have managed to stay completely away from all of this on social media.
That's why I said I'm glad Sheridan's here.
When you were saying Lil Uzi being toxic, I saw like some screenshots get brought up from him and his like ex-girlfriend from 4 or 5 years ago, where it was killing me. I was laughing very, very hysterically. He still sounded like a Third City Girl somehow.
He always has.
Before the City Girls even existed.
He always has.
Hold up, Blake.
He always been.
What, you too gangster for hopscotch, bro? you can't hopscotch out here.
I was just laughing at that shit.
Yo, what is going on?
That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It's different. Lil Uzi's been out of control lately. I don't know what's going on. First the diamond in his forehead, and now this shit on Instagram Live. I don't know.
He got shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he gotta chill. He need to just like get in the studio or something. Shut up.
I don't know. We'll see how that works out for him.
That's what he just shut up.
This is this a downward spiral of your boy? Is this the beginning? Dropping two very long albums for no reason, and then dissing on the city girls on Instagram Live, like that's all he's got going now?
No, he went double platinum on Eternal Atake, or a take, I always say it wrong. And I loved the Future album, and he's doing fine. He's just down bad right now. Everybody struggles a little bit. If he drops a really bad album, then maybe we can discuss that. But right now, I don't really see a decline. I just see a little rut in the
Like I said, he's just too big of a star to be doing that shit on Instagram Live with the city girls. Like of all,
No,
this shit is out of control, dude. So.
Yo, at the end of the day,
he shouldn't be talking that at all.
He's still a hood nigga from Philly. Y'all gotta understand. You feel me? Like he's gonna be ratchet. He's gonna be whatever he wants plus some because he genuinely is a rich celebrity.
For me though, it was just the fact that he was talking about like I don't know.
He's got to stop. I'm not condoning
women.
I'm not condoning the behavior. I'm just saying I think Lil Uzi is probably going to continue to do that. Like I wouldn't really expect.
There are street people who aren't disrespectful to women though. That's my only point.
Absolutely. And then there's Lil Uzi's. You feel me?
Yo, Mike is out of control.
I just thought Lil Uzi like someone who is kind of like known for his like feminine energy would be better than that. I don't know.
I agree with you that I had that perspective of him, but with Ant saying, like, I agree with Ant too. Like, we kind of could have seen this coming, but the way he presents himself as like a weirdo, you don't expect the weirdo to be like that. But when he is like that on live, you're like, oh yeah, I guess.
I'm not saying like I'm crazy surprised. I just hoped he would be better than that. I guess.
And I guess if I didn't see the screenshots that I saw and read up on some of like these Twitter threads that I be seeing, you can't take Twitter for 100% accuracy. But I have seen a lot of shit that is way worse than what it sounds like you guys are describing come from Uzi to women. So this isn't necessarily surprising or shocking to me, I guess. That's how I feel.
It's just crazy because you don't ever... I mean, you don't see him acting like this with guys, so it is interesting. But we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he slapped out Rich the Kid. Okay.
You got it. You got it, bro.
Yeah, right there, he put his hands on a female. We should have known right then.
I'm dead. All right.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like when Southside put up that video, I was like, Southside ain't Rich the Kid, Lil Uzi.
Yeah,
this is a different game.
You know.
All right, let's
Lil Uzi don't care though.
Let's talk about Divine. Before we get into it, we're gonna play one track now. We're gonna play another track in the middle of the conversation. But first, we're gonna play "I'm Cool." Everybody gonna get a chance to listen to that, and then we're gonna talk about the project. So let's get to it.
I'm cool. That way. We played it humble too long, writing and making these songs. They take a kindness for weakness and think they can beat us. I never seen niggas so wrong. Never seen niggas so shook. Long we moving like crooks. They do it all for the look. They do it all for the clout. Whenever we out, niggas don't play by the book. Niggas don't play by the rules. Fucking the hoes that we choose. Smoking and vibing, we cool. Never seen niggas so smooth. Never had nothing to prove. My nigga, we cool. Never had problems with niggas who really had nothing to do. Most of you niggas is goose. Never be speaking the truth. Y'all need to stay out the booth. Never be speaking too loud. We hold it down. Homie, let's step out the room. They know I'm with it. They never would get it. These niggas is tripping. They tripping, but fucking we cool. Niggas faking on the gram with it. Niggas slipping, get jammed with it. Homie plotting cause his bitches on me. I ain't do it, let my man hit it. We give it back, we don't need her. Say chase bitches and money, that's funny cause I never seen them with neither. Niggas ain't popping up neither. I'm in the queues with the plug by the Rhea. You niggas is bugging, we ain't selling nothing. We copping the smoke, all the sweet up. You niggas is funny, it ain't about money, then I'ma need combos and speed up. Too cool for the dumb shit. We ain't hearing all that nut shit. They don't like it, tell them suck. I ain't even wanna take it there. Nothing safe to share, we ain't playing fair. Rasta lock like Jamaican hair. Got a bunch of chains I can't wait to wear. I the ghost, then I'm in the lair. You can say I got plans, nigga. Breaking bread up with my man, nigga. Everybody get bands, nigga. That's where the GM the coldest. People go bad, but I'm in my bag. Fuck all them niggas, we focus. I'ma go chill with some hoes, that's cool with some hoes, but never no hoe shit. Shorty saying we can both hit. Got me thinking like ghost shit. Got me thinking like never see niggas so shit. Long we moving like crooks. They do it all for the love. They do it all for the clout. Whenever we out, niggas don't play by the book. Niggas don't play by the rules. Fucking the hoes that we choose. Smoking and vibing, we cool. Never seen niggas so smooth. Never had nothing to prove. My nigga, we cool. Never had problems with niggas who really had nothing to do. Most of you niggas is goose. Never be speaking the truth. Y'all need to stay out the booth. Never be speaking too loud. We hold it down. Homie, let's step out the room. They know I'm with it. They never would get it. These niggas is tripping. They tripping, but fucking we cool. Woke up this morning and made a way. No game plan, niggas made a play. Race to the money, I gotta get it. Feel like Alonzo on training day. Feel like them ops wanna take me out. Feel like them onions be staking out. Feel like they plotting, they heard that we popping. Now they be in crowds trying to make a shot. Heard of that capping, it's for the clout. These niggas adapt you and sell you out. The city a trap, you won't let you out. Know that we'll make it, the rest I die. Know that we'll make it, the rest is pop. All for it if I get my shot. Power for it, I still play the block. Bound to get it, nigga, wait and watch. We ain't tripping, niggas heavy here. Name a spot, we already there. Talking money, we already get it. Talking bitches, we got extra here. Talking problems, we already with it. In the front, we ain't never scared. We ain't showing unless the bread is thick. We ain't showing unless the breath. That's where the G, I'm the coldest. People go bad, but I'm in my bag. Fuck all them niggas, we focus. I'ma go chill with some hoes, that's cool with some hoes, but never no hoe shit. Shawty saying we can both hit. Got me thinking like, oh shit. Got me thinking like, oh.
So that was I'm Cool off of Richie's upcoming project Divine, set to drop this Friday. Then you dropped a video for that last week, right, Richie?
Yeah, it's out now on the tube. MBK Richy, I'm Cool. Went down, shot that when we was in Atlanta.
That's what's up. What is the creative process like this been? Because you've spent over a year working on this one, right? I think we were anticipating this sometime last summer.
Kinda. It was principles, but then last time I told y'all, I scrapped that to I switch often, man. I'm indecisive as a bitch. But me and my man sat down and we tried to see where we wanted to go with this, where we wanted to what message we were trying to give off, type of thing. So we came up with Divine. Sound crazy. It's a little deep, you know what I'm saying? But it's based off Manifested, man. Basically try to do the message is that we can do whatever we want, basically. You can too, you know what I'm saying? You're a part of God. If you want it bad enough, you make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like studio, whatever. Everything we said we wanted to do, we did, you know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna keep happening as long as we stay on that path and believe like we should.
What's it like as an artist, like making that decision to have put all the time and effort into working on principles and then be like, you know what, I'm going to shelf this, or I'm going to get rid of this, a majority of this work, this time, this effort I put into this? What's it like? Is that daunting, or is it more of like a release, like, okay, I can get past that and just start working on something new that I'm more motivated about?
It's fake easy for me because I judge myself super tough. So if I heard it and I think I can do better, then I don't mind leaving that in the cut. You feel me? But
is there some?
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, is there a time in the future where you see yourself repurposing any of those songs, or is this something where those songs are just never gonna see the light of day?
Yeah. Sometimes with some of them, I'll release as like a freestyle, maybe. You know what I'm saying? If I can catch the tempo somewhere else. Or I want to do something on Instagram where I'm just freestyling a couple seconds. I'll do something like that. But it sucked because I'll be buying all them damn beats and I don't use them shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
that was one of the things. That was one of the main reasons why I had to stop going on BeatStars or just going to random places and buying beats and working with upstate artists, because I spent bands on beats that I just bought because I really liked them before I made a song to them. And the song I made, I'm like, what the fuck? I really spent a couple $100 on this bitch, and it'll never see the light of day. So I know how that feels, bro. I know how that feels.
Yeah, so that's interesting though, just to get that perspective on having to, like I said, the beats, the production, paying for that type of stuff, and then having to shelve it for a little while. So it would be dope to see you like repurpose them, even if it was for like Facebook freestyles or some shit like that. I think that I haven't seen a lot of those as much anymore, especially high quality ones. You see them for sure, but in terms of high quality, what I could see you releasing, that would be interesting for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna have some more of those on the way.
SoundCloud. There we go.
So yes.
How many
mixtape? Bring it back.
How many tracks did you say Divine was, Richie?
We originally had 16, and I cut down to 12. So yeah, there's 12. 12 made the cut. I wanted to do 10, but it was too short. But people gonna fuck with them songs.
12 killers. 12 straight. I like this last track you played. The video was dope as well. It was dope checking your stories, seeing the updates as you were filming it. You feel me? I could tell that something special is coming. I don't typically hear you chop this fast on beats like this. You feel me? I know what your pocket is, but the way that you effortlessly did this track has me very excited to see what different bags you delve into on this project.
And Jake said that SoundCloud is still mad relevant. People think differently, but it is. And I think that he's right. He's not wrong, especially like the function of just being able to be discovered randomly. I think still very much exists on SoundCloud with the way that they shuffle you through random artists at times and stuff. I think that there is definitely a benefit to SoundCloud. It just has a bad rap these days. So, good point from Jake. You mentioned you went down to Atlanta to shoot that video. What was that like going down to Atlanta for? Was it just for the video? Was there anything else? Any other purpose behind it?
No, I got some people down there that I knew. They moved. They grew up in Auburn, but had moved down there. And I got a situation down there. It's a faint one. You know what I'm saying? So we just go down there and plug away at that shit, and then get as much done as we can while we down there, type of ordeal. But yeah, I'll be frequenting Atlanta a lot, trying to get things together down there.
That's what's
Do you
up.
got an engineer down there, or was Cap with you?
The first time I went, they brought me to see some engineers, type of ordeal. But this time I brought Cap, just, you know what I'm saying, to make it easy. We set up in the hotel room. You know what I mean? He good enough to make it sound alright. So, you know how I go.
Fine.
That's a fact. And I feel like you've been dropping a little bit more videos recently. Have you changed up your process with that at all? I think you bought a camera or something, didn't you?
Yeah, I refocused a lot. Just moved shit around. So shit that wasn't working, I cut out, and we bought the cam. I got a editor that I'm working with, maybe to shoot the edit. You know what I'm saying? He's nasty. We work closely, so with that pipeline, I'm gonna just be pushing shit out. Like, I'm doing a lot more videos between my camera or sending his shooter in. I'm hopefully gonna be pumping out a lot.
Fine.
That's what's up, bro. And so is that like lately? Have you just kind of had a different approach on music and the way you're releasing and dropping videos and stuff like that? Trying to be a little bit more calculated about stuff, or is it just sort of the same deal you've been doing?
Yeah, kind of. I felt like I was over calculating a little bit. I was being too reserved. I was getting a little comfortable. So now I'm gonna try to ramp it up. I ain't never tried to, like, you know what I'm saying, consistently hit. It's usually you're gonna get a project three or 4 months later, you can expect to get something, an EP, an album, a video, you know what I'm saying? But now it's gonna be like every 2-3 weeks you can probably expect to get something.
That's what's up. And how what was it like figuring out the features on this project?
I kind of went with the flow, you know what I'm saying? At first, we was just creating. I told Kat we're just gonna make a whole bunch of songs, whatever ones we want, we'll keep. Listen to beats. If I heard somebody on them, I called them. And that's basically how that went. I didn't like kind of handpick it. A couple people was kind of tight at me that they didn't get on, but I just didn't find, you know what I'm saying?
How do you handle that when someone's like, yo, why didn't you throw me on the project? Is it just a situation where you gotta break it down for them, or do you try and like beat around the bush, not really respond to the
He just
question?
didn't answer me.
That's
He just
insane.
didn't answer me when I...
That's why he came late. He wasn't about to show up. Nah, that shit is awkward, man. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, you know, like if you're an artist, you know how the process work every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's such an absurd sense of entitlement to think that you are automatically granted a spot on somebody else's album. I don't know. That's how you handle that. You just brush to the side, like, sorry, bro, maybe next time. You feel me? Especially if it's your bro, if it's your dog, if it's your man's, you feel me? You got to understand, there's going to be 1,000 projects that we do in the future. We're going to make 1,000 songs together. If it's a random artist, then it's like,
sorry, what the fuck?
I'm not dealing with that shit.
There's no energy for that.
Nah, that's a fact, man.
That's funny. Through this process, you guys have changed up the studio, right? Like you guys upgraded the studio in the process of making this project.
Yeah, early on. So that well, it wasn't early on. It was like 5 tracks, and Cap called me talking about he bought a new interface and all of that shit. So I'm like, yo, bro, what we gonna do? Like, re-record it all, or, you know what I'm saying? Can you make it sound similar? So he was able to make it sound similar. We did re-record a couple of tracks. I wanted to do that anyway. But yeah, he's steady upgrading. We upgrading up there, man. So it's forever changing.
That's what's up. Do you do a lot of that, like re-recording stuff just to make sure like it's perfect, or do you try and one take it a lot?
I re-record a lot. I get in there and I'll hear it. I'll say 3 times. I'll mess up a couple times, and I get it a couple times, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? I rewrite. This nigga Kannon know I rewrite a lot of times. I'm like, yeah, nah, I like that verse, but nah, let me send you something different. You know what I mean? I go back high anxiety when it come to rap, man.
I feel you.
It be like that sometimes, bro. You mentioned earlier, same thing when it comes to your projects. If you genuinely feel like you could do something better, then you're gonna try to do something better. You feel me?
Yeah. But
That's
that's for it.
That's a fact. We're going to play another track off the project. This one featuring Anthony Kannon and Blickadon. Lot of Smoke. I'm excited for I actually haven't heard this whole one, so I'm excited to check this out. And then we'll be back to talk a little bit about you working with them recently. So
Perfect.
You got more respect for lyricists or rappers or both?
Depends on, the artist. Like, you got some rappers that, just make dope songs. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got lyricists that make us, rewind the song or
Bitch a fan and she root for me. Off top, I'm a pioneer. Niggas got excuses for everything, I ain't tryna hear. Dripped in designer gear, walk through your bitch crib, drunk with the robe on, fuck her on the flight of stairs. I invest like Nip with the crypto or Jay with the title shares. I don't think this fight is fair. Trapped on the block, got shot for I could buy a bear. You move cane, I move with the cane, nigga. I don't care. Maker's mark, straight from the bottle, no whiskey stones. Your bitch suck dick, spit faster than Busy Bone. Piff cologne, I got a different phone with my bitch alone. Three-headed dragon, Cannon, Richy, and Blick of Dawn. When the lights come out, niggas move funny. I don't get my hands dirty, they gon' shoot for me. Your bitch a fan and she root for me. Alex Haley to the roots,
She a fox like Vivica, but the pussy is normal. But if it's right, I hit like Tyson and talk to a formal. But I'm conceited, get with me, let my aura adorn you. I just need some sloppy top like that shit in the porno. Roll the Zaza, a nigga ha-ha. See a op and pop the bye-bye, then tell him bye-bye. Pray to Jesus, Buddha, Allah, it won't do nada. Get your posse showered by rock stars, a lot of pasta. Block eye, you know it's felt. When I hear it, run it back like Hester. Sending peas on autopilot in the back of a Tesla. I hate how niggas think rolling up, make them rap a little better. All them yes men should probably say you whack all together. And this is light work, I do this in the night's work. Luckily for my first few ops, they wanted to fight first. I can tell you stories that got gory over dice work with knife work. Think it sucks now, I'll make life worse for real.
Richy, fuck the laws, I'm demanding respect. It's the kid known for balls like your Zanny Connect. I'm with the smoke, I don't care what they rap. Word of advice, a nigga way too nice. You better prep for your prep or prep for your death. They saying Richy back, I ain't never left. Just let my nigga shine, we both the man like Red and Mac. See the way these niggas be traveling, they got open stacks. James Harden, never take what's right, a nigga going left. About shit, Richy is different, this ain't no clout shit. Real nigga, and you can ask the niggas I fell out with. They coming in disguise, I fire, cause we don't doubt shit. Keep an arm, catch him sliding home, and throw him out quick. A nigga fire like Kannon and Blick, and kill the mo, try and figure out which one I should grip. MBK dog, we fucking legit. If you ain't feeling how I'm feeling, you can suck on a motherfucker.
that was Lot of Smoke off of MBK Richy's upcoming Divine EP. Set to drop this Friday, featuring Anthony Kannon and Blickadon. That shit was fucking crazy. Sheridan, you fucking with that or what?
Yeah, that was wild, bro. That was crazy. When Anthony first came in, well, really, before Anthony first came in, I knew it was about to be crazy. But then when Anthony first came in, it like confirmed it. It was like it sealed it down. And then just everybody continued to keep on fucking killing it. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm that excited for that shit. That's just gonna be crazy. Like I like Bartholomew said, that's gonna be one of our most played songs of the year, bro.
Now,
Yo,
Bartholomew.
One of ours nuts.
That is crazy. But I'm with you on that, Sheridan. I'm with you on that. That is gonna be one of my most played tracks this year too, because that was crazy. I'm looking forward to having that on the streaming services so we could play that over and over. But
Hell yeah.
with those 3 on a track, you know it's gonna be great. But Richy, y'all been working on more than just a track or what? I don't know how much you guys could say.
Hey man, I'm gonna say it all. I'm trying to get these niggas out here, B. I'm trying to get these niggas out here. Like, I was just telling that look at the comments, man. Nah, definitely trying to. Crew for hire. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the top 3 favorite. You know what I'm saying? This is my joint right here. It was one of the last joints on the album that I put together. I hit them two and told them like, yo, I'm missing one thing, and that's a crazy ass rap track. And I don't know 2 others to do it with, so you know
I would love to hear an EP or a project with the 3 of y'all, cause, dude, that was ridiculous.
That was one of the tracks we cooked up in this session. I'm so happy that Rich asked me and Blick to pop out. I kind of wish we had Blick on this 5th screen right here so we could get him to chime in. But the chemistry, like he said, was just unbelievable. I knew from the jump, stepped in the studio, heard Richie's verse. I was like, nah, this is nuts. Just tell me where to go. I'm about to write this right here. Blick had his verse in 30 minutes, bro. 20 minutes. Just stepped in the booth. I thought it was gonna take way longer than it did. We had enough time to kill a whole nother track afterwards, and just bonding, seeing how everybody works in person made me definitely more amped to really push something. That Crew for Hire joint that Richie keeps talking about could be unbelievable. If there's any producers tuning in right now, you heard the beat that just played. Send some New York grimy Johns. Let us go chop it up with him and Cat and get it on and pop. Because I got that shit would be phenomenal. But we not here to talk about Crew for Hire. We talk about Divine.
That's a fact.
But a part of the Divine shit was that chemistry was wild in that room. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different breed. So like when you get around likewise spitters and it's smooth, definitely a great session, man.
So
fire tracks.
And y'all have a phenomenal setup out there too. It was dope to see how y'all get it on and popping.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
And you mentioned that was, or either you or Blick, I don't remember in the comments, but you mentioned that this is like the first time or one of the first times you guys have worked together. Have you been collaborating with other artists in this same fashion that are like the first time you've worked with them over the last year or so? Because I know that's something we had discussed before, is just you working with newer artists that you haven't worked before in the past. So.
Yeah, I've been really trying to hammer away. I've been doing a good job. I think I had like 20 features last year. I'm still continuing, you know what I'm saying, and reaching different people, you know what I'm saying. I got something with Brian. He's crazy. I just did one with Deshaun too. He fire. So
Deshaun?
Deshaun, yeah, my bad.
That's dope. Nice.
Yeah, me and him got a joint too. So yeah, I'm still trying to, you know what I mean? If it makes sense, I'm still trying to poke my head out.
That's good to see, bro. It's dope to see, because then we get stuff like this with you working with Blicka and Ant, and it's fucking crazy. So it's definitely dope to see you just expanding your reach a little bit and working with different artists, because it could definitely help bring them to another level as well, help them bring out their A game. So I'm looking forward to hearing you collaborate with some other artists in the area as well. Now it's time to talk about something that I'm not even totally sure. I'm not totally up on the drama with this, but you've had some drama with No Haj. Well, let's talk about it a little bit. I know Jake asked about the live. He wanted to talk about the live. Let's talk about it.
All right, man. Long story less long, man. I dropped the Sacraments joint, and every other rapper from around my city thought it was about them. They thought I sat down and wrote it for them. Took offense to some lines. They see what we got going over here. That boy know what we got going on over here, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he was just poking his head out, try to get a little attention, you know what I'm saying? Be a little distraction in the middle of the album. But then when I heard it, his little joint he released, it's just like, it was a regular track, you know what I'm saying? It was like a New York drill. Like, when I'm coming to dance, you know what I'm saying? But the writer in me, you know what I'm saying, I crafted a diss a while ago, probably 5 months ago. He said something online, and I was like, yeah, let me just write a diss. I'm bored. I wrote it, and then he actually ended up saying something. But After talking with Cap, he was like, nah, I don't even give it the time of day type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even worth it. So I sent it to a couple of people that I figured might catch a wind of it, that I know that, you know what I'm saying, respect the bars and show them, nah, this is what I was going to do, but we ain't even going to entertain none of that right now.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
if
that.
if he actually violates on a diss, or if he says something that was worth actually competing, it was a decent song. But when you talk about it as a diss track, it's like that's where it ends. You feel me? Like it
was no diss.
There was no diss track. So I think No Hodge.
But I mean,
talent,
that was like the.
What do you got? But
like
if it was an
on
attempted diss, like it's an attempted diss though. Like that's the thing. Is like it might not have come out. It might not have hit like y'all feel like it was a diss, but he was going for it. Like he was trying.
But
sometimes
it's not
like,
worth it.
Nah, listen. That was a diss.
You want me to drop it, Drew?
No, I'm not encouraging you to or not. I'm just saying.
Dude.
That was a diss.
It sounds like he gave No Hodge
just
as
much as he has an XXX Tentacion feature on his YouTube. That's how. Yeah, that's how valid that was.
Some shit is
he about to drop a diss to you now, Sheridan.
Featuring XXX Tentacion's mom or some shit. You better watch out.
It's like him and
she follows him on Instagram, so you better watch out.
Oh yeah.
He said you know Benny, and he get you connected with whoever you need to get connected with. Now some people is just, you know what I'm saying, they in a different state of mind. They're just a little out of touch with reality more than. So even if I did, you know what I'm saying, drop the diss and smoking, he still won't get the, you know what I'm saying, he still won't get the point.
That's what I'm saying. There was no point in responding. You feel me? I think that No Hodge is a talented artist. I think he can even rap. But when it comes to what just happened, there was no reason to respond to it. Sometimes
I agree with
you
that.
can chalk it up to being the bigger man, but it's not even really that, for lack of a better word. When you know that there's no point, bro.
It's just not
four
the first
4.5 minutes. You had Loaded Lux talking in the beginning. That's when you knew the battle was over. I ain't even have to hear the diss.
At first Cap was like, yo, nah. Go ahead. Nah, kill him. And then once he heard the diss, he was like, nah, just tuck that away. You're probably never going to let that go out, But nah, Son can't rap. He can rap. He good for what he do. You know what I'm saying? The drill shit.
There's just some corny shit that comes with that.
But, yeah, a lot.
Because it ain't just been at you lately, too. So I've seen other shit with, like, other artists. So it's just like, it is goofy. That's why it makes no sense for you to
It's
go.
in his background.
So... yeah, I just thought it'd be an interesting conversation to have, especially with the issues on the live and shit. How did that go though? That was a good time, just performing, chilling with everybody, showing the album off early.
Yeah, I put a little price tag on the live just because I didn't want everybody, like the casual listener, to come in and hear a song and get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? But it was cool. We got to listen to it. The album's not really a listening party type of vibe. Like,
right.
If you came for the Divine listening party, we should be everybody sitting down, you know what I'm saying, and listening and dissecting these bars, you know what I mean? But it was still a good time, you know what I'm saying? We turned up in there. Fans got some early joints, so.
Facts. It's a good time tuning in, hearing everything early. Yo, Ant, Sheridan, y'all got any more questions for Richy before we wrap everything up?
All right, let him know when Divine officially drops, buddy.
Yes, sir. This Friday, man. Everywhere. The pre-save link on. If you want help a brother out, y'all can go click that pre-save link. It's all on my page. We dropping that Friday. We're gonna have some follow-up videos from songs off the album. It's definitely fire.
You Rich and you Blick and Kannon getting together for a video for that one or no?
Oh yeah. It's been taking forever just trying to coordinate with 3 different people and my cameraman who's gonna shoot it. But I think we got a concrete date now. I'm definitely getting that out. We got a plan and all that. So yeah.
Dope. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to Divine dropping this Friday.
I'm excited.
Make sure y'all pre-save. Make sure y'all tune in. Stream it when it drops. It's gonna be worth it. What do y'all got? Ant, Sheridan, anything going on this week?
Midas Touch is still available on all streaming platforms. If you haven't checked that out, give it a spin. We got St. Cannon hoodies right here, boy. We rocking them. They're damn near sold out. I can't even remember how many of each size we have left, but I appreciate everybody that copped them so far.
I forgot about something. We're not done. We are not done. I have something very interesting to discuss on the podcast with you guys. related
He said,
to.
psych, I lied.
Yeah, because we got an email like 2 weeks ago from this guy. Let me find his name. I want to say it was Come Down. We played his music on here. And we didn't even shit on it that bad. If you guys remember, you were comparing him to Juice WRLD a little bit. Ant said, if you like Juice WRLD, you can't hate this kid's music. Sheridan called him a bootleg Polo G. Sheridan said he was monotone, uninspired.
I violated. I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Ant said to him, Ant told Sheridan, it was good, you liked it. Or it was good to you, and Sheridan said no, I liked it. So he didn't say it was a good song, he just liked it. Jake, and meanwhile, was in the comments talking about how the commercial potential was there. I don't think we totally shit on this song. I think we gave it legitimate critique and things that we didn't like about it, but at the same time, Sheridan was saying he liked it. Anyways, Come Down. I had sent him an email that day saying that we were playing it, check it out, listen to the review. I didn't see he responded, so I wanted to give you guys the response from Come Down. He said, appreciate the play. A shame no one liked it, which is a lie because Sheridan literally said he liked it. He said,
I said that I really liked it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was convincing Sheridan that it was a decent track.
and this is the part that got me. He said, I would get some more open-minded people on your pod. Those guys seem pretty narrow, not going to lie. Appreciate the opportunity, though. And I was like, damn.
Man, not everybody's going to be excited.
Damn, I'm so upset.
You were open-minded to the monotone. Like the shit cracked me up. I had to go back and listen to it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think we're off. But
he thought he was about to get y'all out of there.
Yeah, he was like, yo, you should fire them.
Kick them out of here.
We should, bro. Honestly, I was late today. He should take my spot.
Yeah, all right. So no more Sheridan. Welcome, Come Down to the podcast.
But yeah, Come Down can come down to the podcast.
Come on down.
Yo, that is wild, son. He really took the time to craft that response. It was like,
after this
but we liked it. Like, we didn't even not like it. That's what got me.
Bro,
I'm gonna work on like opening my mind up. I need to get a little more woke. You right, brother.
I thought it was Yep, y'all are mad closed-minded. That was the big thing. I was like, these guys are closed-minded as hell. So if you're listening, we're looking for replacements for Anthony and Sheridan. We got to get these guys out of here. So
it's a shame, man.
They're not open-minded to the music. Yeah, this is it. This is a wrap.
I put in my 2 weeks like 2 months ago. So
yeah, and then you were mad late today, so you're done for anyway. But no, I'm glad I didn't forget about that because I thought that was hilarious response to what we got in terms of playing someone's music out of nowhere and giving our genuine response to it. And I didn't think we have buried some music on here where we're like, that is just garbage. I've turned music off like halfway through a couple of times. We let that play. Ant liked it.
Yeah, I remember me and Sheridan got into like I can't even say argument, but we were definitely debating the quality of that song.
Objectively bad. Yeah, I said it was an objectively bad song, but I liked it.
That was what I remember. And yeah, we spent a little bit of time on that, actually going back and forth. Son should have appreciated that we even spoke about the track.
It might have been the bootleg Polo G thing though. Like maybe it all goes back to Sheridan comparing people to the wrong artists. You know what I mean? We almost got out of here without a Tiger reference, but
get pissed with comparisons. Yeah, I always do comparisons.
I mean, it's funny when people call somebody closed or narrow-minded when you are acting closed or narrow-minded in the sense of not accepting somebody's opinion.
Yeah, they just didn't want to take the critique.
Usually when people say that you're being closed-minded, they're the ones being closed-minded. I'd say at least like 60% of the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that wraps everything up. Sheridan, did you plug that you're going to be plugging stuff soon?
Yeah, I actually think next week I'll have an announcement for y'all. Things have really started to come together, or not.
Which also might just be another announcement about an announcement.
Things have really come together. Nah, well, yeah, it's an announcement about something happening. There's stuff happening in the next coming months. I should have an announcement for you guys next week if I'm not fired. We'll see. But I'm really excited. My mic stand's about to come in too, so I'm really about to get locking into making more music. I have so much like in the cut right now. Just be ready because I'm gonna be dry. It's gonna be a lot more than just dropping music. I'll say that.
Looking forward to it, bro. Looking forward to it. Josh closing out saying he's got to stay humble. That's the risk you take when you release your music. Yeah, I agree. Just stay, open-minded. That's all. We all got to just be a little more open-minded.
Don't be narrow-minded.
That's all.
Yeah, just don't be narrow-minded.
We will have some reviews coming from Upstate Aesthetic probably this week. Fortunately, my wisdom teeth doesn't have me down too bad as I thought it would, so I'll be able to record some stuff hopefully today, get some reviews out on some of the new projects that have dropped, and hopefully get one on Divine, maybe for the day it drops, just to get people talking. Like I said, Divine drops this Friday, April 9th. Make sure y'all tune in. Pre-save if you can. We are going to close out with a track with you and MBK Doc, correct? That's who was on this? Yes. So
yes, sir.
We're going to play that and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for contributing, commenting, being with us today, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Shit sound like the essence. Feel like it. Cat, we locked down.
Yeah. Woo! This is MBK.
You know how me and Dot do.
If you got me, then I got you.
Heard that we fell off.
Nigga, not true.
Coming out the we go with the loud.
Nigga, pop through.
Know you got the bottle.
Rich, I got two.
Cool, nigga.
MBK drip with the one.
Dot, you a smooth nigga.
You know I'ma ride till it's done.
And I'ma cruise with you.
Little baby, I'm about dollars.
You get the big picture.
Hoes all trifling, no wifing.
Just let them sit with you. Years after years with the dope.
Catch contact.
Don't make me go up top with the smoke.
Where the hell on, man?
We on that. Niggas be hating.
But we be on that.
Tall racks, niggas be riding.
Check the Carfax. That's my brother like my mother's son.
That's my brother like my daddy had another son.
Yeah, keep it real, I don't fuck with them.
I'ma keep it real too. Fuck all them haters, dog. I feel you.
My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga.
Me and Dot back to back.
Heart to heart,
Facts, nigga, ass niggas.
lit till it's done.
Candle wax, nigga. They thinking of style.
They thinking of cash.
They thinking that two niggas can't be loyal as this.
That about it, the Castro nigga, I got big heads.
Me too.
I already know Richy, this shit lit. I told Cap this some other shit.
Since Underwood, Wallace, I'm talking real brother shit.
Rich, I ain't worried about no bitches or no other shit.
Good nigga, we gon' need to focus in this covenant.
But we gon' need hoes at the stove.
Fuck it, you know how I do.
Can't come along.
Nah, we need them in twos. I'll be quick to give a nigga the blues.
When I take your bitch,
We gon' let the good times roll.
that's BB King shit, real shit.
That's why you my nigga, we think the same shit.
I'ma be the same, my nigga, never change shit. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga. My
B
brothers,
K.
fuck what they say, right to the grave, nigga.